Tim Hortons is trying desperately to shut us up. They've called the police on our reporters 3 times, and they just had their lawyers file a legal complaint against us, trying to get our store banned on the internet. I really need your help. This is a classic case of David versus Goliath. If Goliath was a big, dumb donut shop that refused to hire Canadian workers and preferred hiring foreign workers. You can learn more about the story at timsboycott.com. But let me give you a little bit of background right now. For 2 weeks, we've been telling the truth about Tim Hortons and their gross plans to hire foreign workers instead of young Canadians. Our reporting has been a problem for them because, you see, they've just started a huge PR campaign to rebrand themselves as Canadian patriots because Dunkin' Donuts, the American-based firm, is about to open up hundreds of locations in Canada later this year. And Tim Hortons thinks they can win back customers by pretending to be Canadian. But we discovered that even though Tim Hortons says they're hiring Canadians, they actually are still actively bringing foreign workers to Canada by using the government's temporary foreign worker program. So we went to some of those Tim Hortons locations and asked them why they were saying they were hiring locals when in fact they were hiring foreigners. I mean, why lie? When I actually asked one of the Tim Hortons managers who was actively bringing in foreigners, he lied about it, saying he didn't know anything about it while I was literally holding his restaurant's ad for foreigners in my hands. Here, take a look. Because this is a temporary foreign workers position, and I thought Tim Hortons was done with temporary foreign workers.
So at the restaurant level, we have nothing really to say about it.
So did you take out this ad, or was this corporate?
No, I have no idea where it is from.
You guys are trying to get foreign workers here. I just want to know how that squares with corporate statements the other day.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing this, so we don't have any comment on it at this point.
There's 90 locations doing this.
Okay.
Yours just is one we popped by.
Yeah.
What do you think? Does this catch you by surprise?
I'm not going to share anything today.
So it's not a surprise. So those managers courageously kicked me off the property, saying we couldn't talk to any store managers or owners anymore, ever. They thought maybe that would stop us from exposing their lying. Yeah, no, sorry. We kept doing journalism about their plans to import hundreds of foreign workers. We talked to people going to the Tim Hortons drive-thru, and 100% of the people we spoke with agreed, stop hiring foreign workers, start hiring Canadians instead. Here's a sample of how that went.
Should Tim Hortons prioritize temporary foreign workers or Canadians first?
Oh, Canadians.
Canadians?
Canadians first.
Oh, I'm not sure. Canadians first, I would say.
Do you think they should hire Canadians?
They should hire Canadians for sure.
This store here is still advertising for foreign workers. I think they should hire Canadians first. What do you think?
Obviously, yes. Canadians must come first. Canadians love everyone, but we need to take care of our own first.
I'm kind of looking forward to Dunkin' Donuts coming. I'm hoping that they'll do more Canadian. Both my kids are university students, and they should have been able to get a job there, and they haven't.
I think it is affecting Canadians because Canadians can't get jobs. Our job is really bad. But, I mean, I feel like they need jobs too. The immigrants need jobs, but at the same time, it's like Canadians genuinely don't have anywhere to work now, and prices keep going up.
Well, when we showed that made them go nuts. Their own customers were mad at them. They had their top lawyers send us a threat letter saying if we go back to ask any more questions, they, and I'm quoting here, we will report the trespass to police and pursue all available remedies, including charges under the applicable act and civil action. Translation, if we ask them any more questions, they're going to call the cops, press charges, and sue us in civil court too. Have you ever seen a more thin-skinned bully than Tim Hortons? By the way, it's obvious why they're panicking. They're literally the #1 user of foreign workers of any restaurant chain in the country. They are the worst. Well, obviously, we're not going to stop our journalism just because some corporate lawyer threatens us. So we went out again and again and again. But because we respect private property, we just stood on the public sidewalk. But still, the crazed lunatics at Tim Hortons HQ literally called the police on us. I say again, our reporters did not go in, did not even come close. They just stood with the Tim Hortons in the background And these bullies called 911. Here, take a look.
You're in the drive-through videoing customers in the drive-through, but
Right. Yeah. No, we've been very mindful not to cause any sort of disturbance or anything like that. So we're just out here asking people if they think that Tim Hortons should hire temporary foreign workers or prioritize Canadians first. So getting a lot of good feedback on that.
Thanks. I'm not going to make a comment, but the owner is on their way just to check things out because I think people from in the store are calling in. So we just want to make sure things stay that way and that you're not coming onto the property and videoing people on the property. And if they ask you to leave the property, then you do need to leave the property.
Yes, of course.
Folks, I have never seen such a wasteful use of police resources. Those cops were here for more than an hour. What the hell were they talking about with the Tim Hortons management? I can imagine the conversation. Sir, you called 911? Yes, that's right. What's the nature of the complaint? Oh, Rebel News is here. Where? Oh, on yonder sidewalk. And can you arrest them? No. And that's it. But no, they ragged the puck, to use a hockey analogy, for 1 hour. What the hell were they talking about? And during that hour, how many real crimes were being committed in York Region?
Can you believe that? They've got a corporate PR crisis. Independent journalists at Rebel News are exposing their lies about hiring foreigners. They're claiming they're hiring Canadians. They're lying to their own customers. And so they think that calling the police is the solution to a PR problem? To do what? To arrest us? To put us in jail? Do you know that Tim Hortons is now owned by a Brazilian hedge fund called 3G? Maybe that's how it works in Brazil. If you criticize a large company there, the police will harass you. But we're in Canada now, hombre. So they threatened us with a lawsuit. We didn't stop. They threatened to call police. We didn't stop. So today they lashed out in a new way. In anger, they lodged a trademark complaint against Rebel News, trying to get our Shopify account banned. Shopify is our store where we sell merchandise. This is the shirt they're complaining against. It's clearly not made by Tim Hortons. It's obviously a gentle criticism of Tim Hortons, wishing they were Canadian again, not foreign run. And they had their lawyers send a threat letter to Shopify saying what we're doing is illegal. Well, I know a little something about trademark law myself. It's meant to stop people from passing themselves off as the real thing. It's meant to stop confusion in the market. So if you set up Tom Hortons and made it look the same, that would be a trademark violation because you're trying to trick people into thinking that you're the real thing. You're confusing the market. But criticizing Tim Hortons, that's not a trademark violation. In fact, criticism and satire are specifically permitted under trademark law. This is literally like an editorial cartoon, very gently ribbing Tim Hortons for hiring foreigners instead of Canadians. So they have filed a trademark dispute, a kind of lawsuit against us at Shopify, and we have to hire lawyers to respond, and we have to do so within 48 hours, or we could have our t-shirts suspended from the site and potentially have our entire store shut down. Do you see what these thugs are doing? These bullies at Tim Hortons? They're literally doing whatever they can to destroy it, to stop us from revealing the truth about their foreign worker scam. First, they threatened us. They banned us from their property. They threatened us with lawsuits. They threatened us with police, and they actually did call police multiple times. Luckily, the police realized that Tim Hortons were just being bullies, and so they didn't do anything. So now the thugs at Tim Hortons are trying to destroy us commercially by going after our Rebel News store. This shirt is such a mild criticism. It's so gentle. It's even, you might say, positive about Tim Hortons. No real person could possibly oppose this shirt. It's not even in Tim Hortons' signature font. I mean, no one would possibly think it's a real Tim Hortons ad. But they're trying to hurt Rebel any way they can. They're trying to shut down our store and cost us hundreds of thousands of dollars just because we won't stop reporting on their foreign migrant scam. So what should we do? Should we be like the rest of the media and cheer for Tim Hortons? Of course not. They're only doing that because Tim Hortons is such a large advertiser. So, of course, these media companies are going to help propagate the Tim Horton lies. I mean, the other day, the Financial Post actually wrote an article, some editorial, supporting hiring foreign workers instead of Canadians. Tell me you take Tim Hortons ad money without telling me you take Tim Hortons ad money. They literally support hiring foreigners over Canadians. No, we don't have any Tim Hortons ad money, so they can't use the carrot on us, so they'll use the stick. Calling 911 didn't shut us up, so now they're trying to knock us out of business. Not so easily, though. Here's my plan to fight back, and I need your help with a lot of these. Step one, we're going to keep doing journalism about Tim Hortons, how they favor foreign workers over Canadians, and all sorts of other unethical conduct we're digging up about them. So that's for us to do. Step two, we're going to sell a lot more t-shirts and coffee mugs about Tim Hortons, not just that one image that we had before. If we have to go to court to teach these bullies a lesson about free speech, so be it. But you never know, if Tim Hortons gets its way, you won't be able to get those anymore. That would make them hard to find collectibles. Anyways, give Tim Hortons the finger by buying the t-shirt that obviously enrages them, the big bullies. You can do that at our website, timsboycott.com. Now, step three is what I need your help with, really. We've got to ramp up our Tim's Boycott petition. Last I checked, we have more than 14,000 signatures on it, but we need 10 times as many. If you haven't signed it yet, please go right now to timsboycott.com. Step four. In the past 2 weeks, we have heard horror stories about Tim Hortons and its employment practices. I'm not just talking about bugs and mice in with the donuts. I'm talking about human rights violations, about how the Tim Hortons franchise owners take advantage of the foreign labor they bring in. You've probably heard about some of these horror stories before. Our own Tamara Ugolini exposed some of it. Remember this?
Sent her a message over Snapchat asking her if she had a boyfriend, which she had replied no. She asked if she wanted an Indian boyfriend, and my niece's reply was, well, how old is he? And she said 25, and she said, well, I'm only 17.
I heard I could make $20,000 if I wanted to marry the manager's brother here. Can I start that process? You have no comments on it? So is it true or not?
Just because your boss doesn't like the fact that an independent journalist is in here video recording, that's not up to him. She has the right to do that. I'm not going to, no.
Well, we know there are hundreds of stories out there like that. Because remember, a lot of these stores are being managed by foreign nationals who don't share our Canadian values about human rights or following the law. If you know about a human rights violation, an immigration law violation, a situation where foreign workers are being abused, or being taken advantage of or exploited, or just plain old anti-Canadian racism, let us know in our tip line. We have set up a special Tim Hortons tip line. Send us the details confidentially. If you are a Tim Hortons insider, if you work there and have seen a terrible thing, and I understand many people have, email us at timhortons@rebelnews.com and your confidentiality will be guaranteed. Finally, step five. I mentioned we're hiring trademark lawyers to fight back against Tim Hortons' legal attack on our store. Obviously, those lawyers cost a lot of money, and unlike Tim Hortons, we don't have billions of dollars from a foreign hedge fund at our disposal. But it's clear that this trademark lawsuit is just the first attack. They've already told us they're considering suing us and trying to get police to prosecute us too. So we have to build a war chest because we expect a long and bitter fight with Tim Hortons on the legal front and journalistically, and they've already shown they will fight dirty. If you can help us level the playing field, please do by chipping into our legal defense fund. That's also at timsboycott.com. Thanks a million. I promise we'll keep fighting these bullies. Go to timsboycott.com to help us fight back.